Hey everybody, it's Jason Blah here. Now that my two obligatory informative videos are done for the day, it's time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. And I've had a couple of subscribers aware me of Kinobody's new KinoDaddy series. Thank you guys for making me aware of that. So let me go ahead and put on my +5 out of weaponsmithing, work on skilling up my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. And before we jump into that, I want to thank those of you who already joined my Patreon, which the link's over in my About tab. For those who are unaware, I announced it yesterday, and I think 6 people already signed up, so that's pretty awesome. Your patronage is appreciated. And anyone else who wants to go check that out, go click on the link. But let's get on to KinoDaddy. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I was not prepared for this video. When I saw it, I went to see a video because people were telling me about it, and he had this video called "My Girlfriend Broke Up With Me and I'm Depressed." Now, I saw the title, and what immediately popped in my head was not that this was an advice video. You know what popped into my head? It's like, well, bro, she probably was really upset that you're a narcissist who stares at his abs in the mirror all day, and she probably thinks you're in the closet. Like most guys who are into bodybuilding, that's generally women's perception of them, right? We know that. That's how most women perceive guys like that. That's reality. Ask them if you don't believe me. If you think I'm making it up, go ask some women. But it turned out that wasn't it at all. It turns out it was his advice in his new KinoDaddy series. He wants to be your daddy. Wants to be your daddy. Of course, we all know that has some meanings in a different counterculture also. Advising guys on what to do when their girlfriend breaks up with them. And how not to have a girlfriend break up with them. And here's what I'm going to say. It is some of the worst advice I have ever heard. Some of the worst advice I've ever heard. And let's be honest here. I'm an older guy. No matter what you guys might think of me, it is common public proven knowledge that I do have 2 ex-wives and that I'm currently in a monogamous relationship with a pretty hardcore chick. She's kind of ride or die. Say what you want about her. Say what you want about my girl, but I think most of you get the impression she is ride or die. Now, that being said, I clearly have a little bit of experience with relationships. Might not be the best source of information, but I know enough. I know enough to know that everything that he said is wrong, and this is not a guy who people should be taking advice from. In fact, I almost feel like he's trying to give advice that, number one, either he doesn't really know about because he comes from a different world, and I'm going to discuss that in a second, or number 2, maybe his other side's coming out and he just wants all of his followers to be single. You know, so they'll be available for KinoDaddy. But the reality is, I want anyone who is listening to his series who to take this into consideration. I want you guys to think about this fact for a minute. Do you honestly think that a guy who comes from money and comes from wealth has the same problems with girls that you have? Do you really think that's the case? And 99% of you are going to have. Why in the world would you think that he has practical advice on this? The problems in his world and in his demographic are not your problems. In fact, I'm going to go so far as to say that a guy like him who comes from money, because he said he's had girls break up with him. He said that in the video. Do you know how terrible you have to be with women to come from money like he does and actually have a girl dump you? Do you understand how fundamentally bad you have to be with women for multiple women to have broken up with you when you come from money like that? You have to be completely inept with women for that to happen. Because there are women who will put up with a complete self-absorbed jackass if he's got money. There are plenty of them who will do it. I'm not saying those women have the best self-esteem. I'm not saying that's the sort of women you necessarily want. But a little bit of common sense should tell you, how bad do you have to be with women when multiple of them break up with you when you're wealthy? I've never had a girl dump me. I have never. And guys always say, you can tell when someone's lying because they look a certain way. Look in the camera. I have never in my entire life been dumped by a girl. Not even once. I have always dumped them. I've never once had it happen. Because I'm not as stupid as he is when it comes to girls. And to be wealthy and privileged and all the benefits that he has in life and the opportunities to have girls break up with him, it means he's literally clueless about them. Or they played him in some way. And here's the thing, I mean, right up front, a motorcycle going by, right up front, worst piece of advice he gives is that most women are going to break up with you because you give them too much attention. You don't want to give a woman too much attention. Now, I don't mean that you should be creepy. There's a difference between being a total creeper and giving a woman a lot of attention. I'm going to tell you right now, women want attention from a man they are romantically involved with, or a man who they are considering for serious romantic involvement, because there's a difference between dating and being a girlfriend. You can't dump someone if you're only dating. You can't be dumped if there's been no commitment made, right? Understand the difference. Women actually desire attention from men who they are romantically interested in. They enjoy attention. They enjoy being treated nicely. No reasonable woman of any quality or who's self-respecting in any way is ever going to break up with a man because he gave her attention. They are more likely to break up with you because you ignore her. And see, he's going back to, again, this is a guy who probably has no real experience with women. Again, he buys whatever women he wants. Pays models to be in his thing. He doesn't strike me as particularly a ladies' man in any way. There's nothing about his personality or anything that would suggest that he would ever get laid if he didn't have family money. And this sort of stuff proves it. No, you don't want to give a woman attention. This is a guy who's been reading cheesy pickup artist websites. Or men going your own way, red-pilled stuff. Women like attention. They enjoy attention from male suitors. They definitely enjoy attention from their boyfriend. They want your attention. They like it. So that's the difference. And it doesn't mean you send them 3-page long text messages all the time. But little things they appreciate. Guy who's caring, guy who listens, guy who asks them how their day's going, guy who's willing to give them a massage, a back rub, guy who's willing to pay for dinner. They enjoy those things. They appreciate those things. Almost all women do. So again, this is a guy who literally has no clue what in the hell he's talking about right off the bat. Then he's telling them, well, when women cheat, sometimes you get other resources. Exactly. That's a big deal too, resources. No, I tell you when a woman's most likely to cheat, when you're ignoring her and not giving her attention. You go ask women why they cheat in a relationship, 9 out of 10 times, it's because their dude ignores them. Like he's giving people the exact opposite advice. And then he's saying, and if a girl breaks up with you, she breaks up with you, you can't change that. I mean, she's going to break up with you. You can't get depressed. Use that to better yourself. But then when she sees that you don't need her, that's when she's going to come crawling back. Again, cheesy pickup artist BS that he's read off of a forum. All right, this falls back under this, what they call revenge fantasies. All these guys who are convinced, oh, women don't like nice guys. They don't sleep with nice guys like me. The guys who do that, she's going to end up, her revenge fantasy, she's going to be single with a house full of cats 20 years from now. That revenge fantasy the dudes have, that's not reality. That's the same sort of mentality. Oh, she's going to come back as soon as she realizes you don't need her. No, actually, if she realizes you don't need her, you don't want her, trust me, she wants nothing to do with you. She probably broke up with you already because you feel like you didn't really want her. They want to be wanted. Women want to be wanted. They want to be appreciated. They like that. Trust me on this, guys. Now, and that should be common sense. I shouldn't have to explain that. But you're going to have to with KinoDaddy's fanboys. But he's insane. And then they're going to come back, and in a few weeks, 3 or 4 weeks later, when they see that you're doing good and they see that you don't need them, they're going to text you and ask you how you're doing. And you ignore them. And then when they ask next, because you ignore them the next day, they're going to ask, are you mad at me? And you ignore them again. All right, guys, I think it's fair to say that if you listen to anything that KinoDaddy, as he's calling himself, KinoDaddy, has to say about women, you are going to be single the rest of your life. And probably the only opportunity that you're ever going to have sex is probably going to be with another dude. Or with a chick that you pay. And maybe that's his strategy. Again, he comes from money. You guys see the point here, the absurdity of this, that the advice itself is from the first video he's done in this series is horrifically bad. Literally doesn't know anything about women. But people need to also understand is that any of you guys who are listening to him, how could you possibly think that his particular life experience is going to help you in any way with your relationships and with women? He is from a different world than you are. He is from a different world than you are. And again, the mere fact that somebody who comes from a rich family like he does has actually had girls dump him and missed that opportunity to gold dig, that they dumped him, should speak volumes. It should speak volumes about his skills with women. They have to be horrifically bad, and that's what you would expect because he is a narcissist. Every aspect of his life and the way that he projects himself is a narcissist. He doesn't understand the motivations of women because he only cares about himself and looking in the mirror. That's it. That's it. Trust me on this, guys. Any of you who take his advice on women, because a bunch of you guys are looking at this going, oh, you could possibly know anything. I can promise you I know more than he does. Doesn't make me an expert, but I know more than he does on it. Just like I know more than he does about lifting. Now, the advice he could probably give you, how to have nice, pretty, plucked eyebrows. He could probably teach you how to sculpt your eyebrows really well. He could probably teach you how to build your delts up. But then again, same advice I give, isn't it? Get really strong on the standing press. He could tell you how to be born into a family with money, how to use your family money to invest, to start a business. He could teach you all of that. I have no doubt about that. He could probably teach you a lot about wine pairing and proper placement of silverware on the table and other etiquette. But as far as your dating life, or even how to get a respectable squat or deadlift, this is probably not the source you want to go to. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.